I think there's three things that are core components to getting sober and staying sober. And I'm going to talk about what those three things are in this video. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, so you don't miss any of my videos. So I'm going to go over what they are. So the first thing is, number one, you have to make this your main thing. You have to make getting sober and staying sober your main thing at the beginning. Okay. And this is how I'm going to frame it. God forbid you have a nasty diagnosis tomorrow, right? Breast cancer or something like that, right? God forbid. I guarantee you that from that moment on, your main thing would be your doctor's appointments, your treatments, your lifestyle, everything would be about dealing with that situation, okay? Sobriety is the same. So no, you have to like go to work and do laundry and look after your kids or whatever, right? You need to do those things. But this needs to be your main thing, because I want you to think about how much time, money, and effort alcohol has taken up in your life. You need to give some of that to sobriety. I actually think, good news, by the way, it requires much less time, money, and effort to get sober than it did to have your drinking problem. And I want to reframe something for you. The reason that getting sober is not hard. I hear that all the time. Getting sober is hard. It's not hard. Having an alcohol problem is hard. Going to work on a hangover is hard. Lying and manipulating and broken promises and dealing with other people's disappointment in you, that's hard, right? Getting sober requires effort. And those two things feel very, very differently. One is a fixed mindset, one is a growth mindset. Getting sober requires your effort. And we understand effort, right? We understand if we put effort into something, we get somewhere, right? We get a result. When you say to yourself, getting sober is hard, there's nowhere to go with that. Like it just doesn't feel good, right? Getting sober requires effort. That's going to be your new mantra. So I want you to focus about where are you putting your effort. Well, you need to be doing, certainly in the first 90 days, you need to be doing something every day that supports your sobriety. Reading something, listening to something, writing something, contacting people. By the way, all of that is below in the Emotional Sobriety Toolkit. You can start right now. It will give you a complete guide to stuff you can do every single day. And a lot of it is actually behavior change, is like beginning to change behaviors. So it requires consistency, like making this your main thing. Like what a lot of people do is intensity over consistency, right? You might be right now just binging loads of videos, right? Maybe you stopped drinking 3 days ago and who have I nailed, by the way? Put in the comments below if you're like, oh my God, that's me. And you're like binging, you've scared yourself. And you're binging all of my videos and you're reading stuff, and right, that's intensity. It doesn't work because you can't maintain it long term. Make this your main thing consistently. So do something small every day that supports your sobriety. Now, the second thing I think that the components that people need to stay sober is community. I think it's really important because not everybody is going to understand. Not everybody will understand why you've stopped drinking. They won't understand why that you have an alcohol problem in the first place because they probably can't see it. They can't see it show up on the outside because they can't see how you feel on the inside. There's nothing like getting sober for finding out who your real friends are. Let me tell you, you will find out who your real friends are. And that's okay. You might have some people you spend less time with or don't see because they are a threat to your sobriety. That makes space for new people to come in. I think one of the best things you can do is find sober community, and you can find it online. There's lots of groups, but finding it in real life. And wherever you live in the world, there's going to be something. I mean, there's 12-step programs are everywhere, but there's also other organizations like Smart Recovery, Women for Sobriety, there's Buddhist programs, there's Christian programs, like meeting and being with other sober people, because this is such a unique experience. And really only people who've been through it truly understand, like truly understand. Find those people. You need those people in your life, because here's why. Your biggest enemy is loneliness. Loneliness, I think, is the driver of destructive drinking. And when you're adults, it's not like being a kid where people will come and knock on your door and go, oh, hello, do you want to come out to play? No, you have to go out there and you have to consistently show up in places so people can begin to know you. And so you can begin to build relationships. And that's why we need community. Now, the third thing you need, and this is based on my experience, by the way, is a program. It's the how. It's like, tell me what to do. Because stopping drinking is not enough. You might have discovered that by now. And if you've listened to my videos or any of my work, you will know this is what I preach. It's not enough to just stop drinking. Sobriety is 10% not drinking alcohol and 90% emotional sobriety. But what is emotional sobriety? It's not self-care. It's not getting a mani-pedi. It's not that. It's actually very, very specific things. A lot of it's behavior change. So it's having boundaries, really clear boundaries, and knowing how to have boundaries, balancing your needs according to your circumstances, dealing with resentments and activating events, being able to deal with fear, dealing with difficult people. Like, it's actually, a lot of it is very, very skill based. That is where you need to put your effort. Please trust me on this. That's why, by the way, all of that work is in the Emotional Sobriety Toolkit, which is below. Emotional sobriety is skill-based, and learning how to do that will be the most transformative thing that you do in your life. Because what it does is it teaches us emotional regulation, because that's why we drink too much. I drank because I outsourced the management of my emotions to alcohol. So emotional sobriety is about learning the skills and the tools of emotional self-regulation, because then your brain doesn't start going like, I don't like how I feel. How can I change it? How can I change it? And in the next video, I'm going to be talking about why it's the drink. It's not the drinking, it's the thinking, and why exactly you keep going back to day one. So hopefully you've had your last one, but check out the toolkit below, because I think it's going to give you all the tools and skills to really make a dent in this.